What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got another episode of the People's Questions, episode 91. First off, I'd like to thank all of you guys for sending your very big and highly diverse set of questions. And to start off simple with the first question coming from Nick Smith, and you want to know, how do I think the real world would react if Superman was real? I think that for us, with our experience and how the humanity has really kind of, at least during nowadays, has kind of placed superheroes in that kind of idolized state of mind. I would like to say that if Superman were to suddenly out of nowhere to openly exist, I think there would be kind of a mixed reaction. For those who are fans of comic books would be probably a little bit happy, saying, wow, there's actually a real Superman who can actually save people, and he can actually handle threats that we as normal humans could not normally handle. But I think that probably the more sophisticated side, maybe like, governments would probably look at this and state that, okay, there is now a real Superman, but this now presents a real threat because now we have someone who we cannot control even if we wanted to. None of our weapons are going to work on it, so they would be working very, very heavily to find some way in order to defend ourselves from Superman. So they would come up with some type of contingency plan to have in place in case Superman ever went bad. But I don't think that they would intentionally want to test it or use it out of the blue. They would wait to see how the relationship with Superman in the People's Verse plays out, and if nothing goes wrong, then I think they'll hold back. But in case Superman goes bad, then they'll initiate the plan, and, well, total chaos will ensue. The next two questions come from Mike Stylez, and you want to know, do I have anything special planned for the People's Questions episode 100? Yes, I do, in fact. I cannot tell you guys exactly what I have planned for the People's Questions, but I will state that it will be the last episode that I will be doing a certain format of the People's Questions, and then from the next section of the People's Questions, probably the next 100 episodes, I will be doing them a completely different way, hopefully a much more efficient and much more entertaining way in order to draw more people in and probably increase the audience of 3TR. Now, hopefully some of you guys may figure it out maybe a little bit sooner than others, but I will go into more detail about it coming December when I start doing my 3TR 2014 upgrade plan, with your guys' help, of course. And your next question is, what are my thoughts about Conrad Murphy being freed after the somewhat unintentional murder of Michael Jackson? I personally am just glad this whole thing is over. I really don't like Michael Jackson's name being kind of used in a negative way. I mean, so many people focus on his death, but in my opinion, he's not really gone. I believe he's one of those icons that not even death will stop him, and I'm just glad that this whole thing is over. I know that personally, I was a little bit upset when I heard the verdict, but that's really how these major public, very popularized court subjects work. I mean, look at, controversial, trials like the OJ trial or other notorious trials. If it gets enough popularity, then chances are the person who committed crime will get off, because that's just how the justice system works. It's very flawed, and unfortunately, when it comes to justice, not everything has a happy ending. So it's just unfortunate that we didn't get it in this case. Justice is not always black and white. Sometimes there's just a hint of gray. Your next two questions come from the Mike Man, the man Mike 1127, and you want to know, if I was in The Walking Dead and could only save Kool-Aid Guy or Deadpool, who would I save? Well, this is kind of simple. Let's see. Kool-Aid Guy has Kool-Aid, and I could drink and probably survive for maybe a couple of days. Or I could go with Deadpool, who really can't die. So there's no point in trying to save Deadpool, because Deadpool will not be infected by zombies. The man has survived type 4 cancer and is technically immortal, so I think the answer is obvious. I would go with Kool-Aid Guy. Next questions come from Criticism Guy 2009, and you want to know, have I ever heard of a gamer energy powder drink called Gamma? No, I have not heard of that, but if you would feel free to put some light on the subject and tell me more about it. I might do a video where I will be testing the Gamma powder gaming product and be able to give you guys my initial reviews and reactions on it. But it does sound a little bit interesting. Maybe it'll help me increase my gaming status. Who knows? Next question is, do I have a favorite pizza topping? Absolutely. My favorite pizza topping of all time is from Pizza Hut, and they make their pineapple and ham pizza. Or it's called Hawaiian in some other locations. But that's my favorite pizza topping. I like to eat it with ketchup, and although some of my friends do think that's a bit weird, I like to be creative when I eat my food. So you'll be surprised what I will eat with ketchup. You might be surprised. Next question comes from Bobby V, and you want to know, How many times has someone asked me if I've watched The Wire? You know, I've simply lost count. I really would like to watch some of these television shows. Like, I've yet to watch shows like, I don't know, the Game of Thrones, simply because I do not have enough time in my life to sit down and really watch these series. I wish I did, but unfortunately all my vacation days are up. So I promise you that next time I have like maybe 2 or 3 days off in a row, I will sit down, watch The Wire, and give a quick initial review on what are my initial thoughts on maybe like the first season of The Wire. So, yeah. Next, 2 questions come from a newbie going by the name of the Lion095, and you want to know who is my favorite Simpsons character. It is Bart Simpson. Simply because I can relate a lot to Bart, and I would even say that my family, the way it was maybe 10 years ago, was kind of a mirror image of how the Simpsons function, but unfortunately that's not how it is now, and it's just unfortunate. But Bart is my favorite character. And your next question is, what camera do I use to film my episodes? Well, if you actually saw some of my really early videos, I was originally using a $400 Samsung Compact Full HD camera, which still works and actually is still give out pretty good quality, as I'm sure you saw in my workout video or kind of gym video. But unfortunately, the editing software that I was using at the time was kind of crap, so it actually decreased the quality. But to get into your real question, I currently am using a about $800 Panasonic FZ105 Lumix model camera, which is very good, as I'm sure you can tell from the quality. Along with my editing software, which is very efficient and very good, that was like a $900 package. And I think I will be using this camera for at least maybe another 1 or 2 more years. After that, I will be sure to upgrade to like a much more expensive camera, probably ranging somewhere in the over the $1,000 range. I think as 3TR continues to get better and more professional, or I just think more popular in general, I will have to do these upgrades eventually. So that's a camera that I'm currently using to film this. And the next 2 questions, and the last ones, come from RCO39, and you want to know, have I ever watched a TV show, How I Met Your Mother, and if so, who's my favorite character? You know, buddy, I actually have only seen like maybe 1 or 2 episodes of that show, so I cannot really pick a favorite character because I don't really know who's in the show. The only episode I can recall that I've seen at least 2 times, and I think the only episode I really have had time to watch, is an episode where they all missed the Super Bowl, and they're all trying to do everything possible to not spoil themselves, but something happens and they end up finding out what happened anyway. I think that was a pretty funny episode, but again, it's just like The Wire. I just do not have the time to sit down and watch these television shows. It's kind of a crime. And your last question, it was a bit complicated, and I think I commented to you back, and you never quite responded back to me. And you want to know, what happened to my last girlfriend? Well, there's 2 answers to this question. There is the simple answer, and there's the complicated answer. Now, to sum it up, the quick and simple answer is that at this point in time, she is dead to me, and I refuse to acknowledge her presence. Now, if you would like to know why, in a much more complicated, detailed version, I actually did a video, I believe a couple months ago, talking about my own personal relationship experience, and that goes into depth of exactly what happened, what terrible things she did, and why I choose to not acknowledge her. And it's been about 2 years, and I haven't dated anyone since. But hopefully I'll change that next year, hopefully. And with that, that's all the questions you guys sent in this week. I'd like to once again thank all of you guys for your great questions. They helped me out immensely. Now, I will not be giving you guys an audience question, but I would like to guys give you a channel update real quick of just what I have been doing. Now, I'm filming this on Wednesday, and at this point in time, I am currently playing the hell out of both Diablo and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I've been jumping back and forth like every other 2 hours. Like, I'll play this one for 2 hours, and I'll play for this one for 2 hours, and I'll jump back and forth. I have even no idea how long these games are or how far I am, but I'm really trying to beat them as fast as possible. Not only that, this Wednesday afternoon, this arrived in the mail, and no, I don't own it. I'm renting it from Gameplay, and hopefully, since this is going up on Friday, I will have had time to at least play this and just to beat the campaign, so I can get a review out. Hopefully this weekend, along with a review for Thor: The Dark World and a couple of video topics revolving around Batman and things about the Joker and a couple other video topics which I'm hoping to get up in due time, so please be patient with me. I've been incredibly busy. Work has really kept me from really having much time to do anything, including get videos up faster. I do apologize. But if you do like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to track me in my future episodes of people's questions and movie and video game reviews. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to type in any 2 questions. They don't even have to be on movie or video games. They can be about anything in the comments down below, and try to keep to 2 questions per person so I can get them done quickly in an organized fashion. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.